Hello, good morning children. Today we are going to know about the first lesson, relief features. Okay. Yes, we have already discussed about the relief features like Himalayas. Second one, Indo-Gangetic Plains. Third, Peninsular Plateau. Yes, children. So, this is the first lesson, relief features, and we have the relief features classified into the 6 relief features. First one, Himalayas. Himalayas are 3: greater, lesser, and Shivaliks. Okay, already we have finished this. Greater means Himadri. This is Himachal. Same. So we have knew about all these 3 parallel ranges. These are the 3 parallel ranges, mountain ranges. Ranges means mountain ranges. So we have discussed it. Already we have finished this. Today we are knowing about plains. Okay, this is the western, this is central, eastern. Western, central, and eastern part. Right? So, how these Indo-Gangetic plains, that is Indus, Gangetic, Brahmaputra plains are formed. So, how it was happened? Because of the Himalayan rivers. These are the Himalayan rivers: Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra. So, this is the source of these 3 Himalayan rivers. Okay? So, here Himalayas are covered with ice and snow. Based on seasonal accumulation of ice and snow. So, these accumulation formed glaciers. Okay, these glaciers are melted. Okay, and flow from north to south. Okay, So these are melted water flow into the different tributaries. All streams, tributaries are flowing towards. Indus is flowing towards west. Okay. First of all, we shall know about the first part of the Indo-Gangetic plains, that is Indus plains. How Indus plains are formed? Because of the Indus river flowing. While flowing, it brings silt, gravel, soil. So these three plains are formed by alluvium soils, alluvium fertile soil. Fertile soils. Okay. So Indus have. So these rivers are brings silt, gravel, and then soils are erode and forming a and deposit, weathering and transport deposit of silt with a fertile soil were formed, deposited, formed into a Indus plains. Okay. So Indus plains are formed in the western part, like J&K, Punjab, Haryana, some part of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so this is the Indus plain. Okay, so now coming to the Indus having 5 tributaries. 5 tributaries. What are they? Ravi, Beas, Sutlej, Jhelum, and Chenab. 5 rivers, 5 tributaries. One is Ravi, Beas, Sutlej, Jhelum, Chenab. Okay, this is the course of Indus river. Okay, so let us know about the central part of the Gangetic, Indo-Gangetic plain. So, as you know that about Ganga river. Ganga river also having Ganga river by flowing of Ganga river. So the float of the Ganga river brings different kinds of the soils, stones, pebbles, alluvium soil, fertile soils have been formed as a Gangetic plain. Is the largest central part of the Indo-Gangetic plains. Okay, it's fertile soil. Okay, and Ganga river also having tributaries. What are the tributaries? Tributaries like Gomti, Betwa, Son, and Raniket, Yamuna. Okay, likewise, Ganga river also have a tributaries. So they are all joined with the Ganga river flowing heavily form the Gangetic plains. Okay, so bringing the different kinds of silt which is through the interaction of Ganga river with the that landforms and brings different fertile soils and formed deposited there form into a Gangetic plain. Okay, so this is a fertile plain. Fertile. Okay, so next coming to the eastern part. Eastern part. In the eastern part, so Brahmaputra river flowing toward the eastern side. Okay. Okay. So which starts from Tibet, flowing as a Zangpo, and suddenly turns into the toward the south like a hairpin. Hairpin. Okay. So flowing down here, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. So by flowing of this joining, Brahmaputra has two tributaries. What are the tributaries? Tributaries of Brahmaputra. What are they? The Hang and Lohit. So eastern plains are formed. The eastern plains are formed in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Assam, and eastern part, eastern end of the Himalayas. Okay, so this is also called a Brahmaputra plains. Okay, so this is about Indo-Gangetic plains. Okay, you have to remember this. What are the, how these Indo-Gangetic are formed? Because of the flowing of the Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra rivers are brings different kinds of salt, silt, gravel, soils, alluvial soils deposited. Okay, so the process already you have learned in the 9th class, that is the work of water. When the water flows from the highest point, flowing down, what happens? It interacts with the hills and mountains. Okay, there are different shallow basins are formed. Okay, so while floating from the top to the bottom, there are different landforms are formed. So among them, Indo-Gangetic plains is one of them. Okay, so this is a Indo-Gangetic plains, right? And the third relief feature, that is peninsular plateau. I'll show you the peninsular plateau. What is the plateau? What is the peninsular plateau? What is a peninsula? First, right? Now, so we have finished Himalayas. Third one, we shall also finish up. Now coming to the peninsular plateau. Okay, right here, Malwa. Okay, and Deccan. And Chotanagpur plateau. So we shall know in detail what is the peninsular. We shall draw the small map, easy to. Okay, so here the central highlands, the two rivers are there, Narmada and Tapati. Here the central highlands. Central highlands. Okay, so this is the peninsular India. Peninsular means a landmass covered by water on three sides. What is peninsula? Okay, this is the peninsular. Okay, within the peninsular we have in the north end, this is the south end, here Kanyakumari. This is the eastern coast. This is the western coast. Here western plains. Okay, let us know that. This is the DP. Western side Malwa. In the eastern side, this is Chota Nagpur. Here some of the ranges also there. Narmada and Tapati, here central highlands like Vindhya. Here Vindhya, Satpura, Mahadev, Kaimur. So such a landforms are there. Chota Nagpur. Chota Nagpur in Jharkhand. Okay, what is plateau? Plateau is a little height than the landform of little height than the plain. So, which is tilting toward the east. Okay, so a landmass is covered by water on three sides means one side Indian Ocean. Here is Bay of Bengal. Here is Arabian Sea. So this land is complete. This land is covered water on 1, 2, 3 sides. This is a peninsular plateau. This is a peninsular India. Okay. So I hope you understand that. Okay. Now what is the nature of peninsular plateau? A plateau is a nature itself. It is a dry. Generally, plateau is dry, low rainfall, receives low rainfall, rugged surface. Okay, and black soils. Okay, rich in minerals. This is the nature of plateau. Okay, peninsular plateau. Okay, so we have three kind of plateaus are there. Chota Nagpur. This is a Malwa. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So which is a rich 6 type of minerals. Okay. There are different rocks like igneous rocks, metamorphic, and crystalline. So the important minerals are available in the plateau region like iron. Okay, iron, coal, gypsum. Okay, and other minerals are available. Lime. Okay, manganese. Oh, number of 100 kinds of minerals available in India. So minerals are deposited in the plateau areas. Okay, so covered with hills, hillock area, covered with hard surface, very hard surface. Okay, so this is the plateau area. So this is Deccan Plateau. So we are on the Deccan Plateau, right? So Telangana is a part of Deccan Plateau. So this Deccan Plateau is a part of Gondwana. Actually, the total earth has been drifted and divided into the two major pieces. One is Angara, second is Gondwana. So Deccan Plateau is a part of Gondwana. This is a age-old or ancient earth plate, part of the Gondwana. Okay, so this is the peninsular plateau. Okay, so generally in the plateau areas, it is suitable for industrialization. Why? Because most of the mineral resources are deposited in the plateau area. If you see that in India, so plateau area is the most developed industrial locations in Bihar also, that is Jharkhand. Okay, so Malwa. Okay, so which is adjacent states also developed with mineral resources near their states. Okay, so we have important ports also we have. Okay, that's no later. Now turn towards a dry area, that is peninsular plateau we have finished. Now this is the desert area. What it names? Thar, the great Indian desert. Okay. So regarding the Thar, it's a dry region. Why the dry region? Because it don't receive adequate rainfall. As you already study in 8th class, there are soil, temperature, and soil, rainfall. First temperature, rainfall, soil. These three kinds are determined the type of a landform, because the rain is less. That is why it is a dry. There is no vegetation, no forestry area. That is scanty rainfall and less vegetation. Inhabitation, human inhabitation also low, less inhabitation here, and then so this is a nature of a dry region, that is desert. So Thar desert. So the temperature is, regarding the temperature, is very high. Near about 50 degrees centigrade. Okay, so it has no rivers, no canals, no irrigation, no crop area. So this is the nature of, there is a climate is arid climate. Arid climate. So this is the nature of desert. So we have finished fourth relief feature, that is desert. Okay. So okay children, so we have successfully completed the four relief features, that is Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plains, Peninsular Plateau and desert. Okay. So you can observe that these four are quite different. This is very cold, this is very hot. This is a plain, this is different. It is somewhat higher than the plains. So these are the variations. We have a varied relief features. Okay. So rest of the two also different. So one is coastal plains, which is located near the coast of Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Let's discuss and the continuation of this lesson in the next class. I hope that you understand well. If any queries, any questions, you may ask that. You will get an answer. And before ending this topic, you have to read what I spoke with you so far. Okay, children? Thank you. Thank you so much. We shall meet.